So unfortunately, I have to disassemble this whole thing because my hard drive got corrupted for some reason. I don't know what happened, but I am now uninstalling this and putting it back to stock. I was supposed to do an unboxing video, but again, I had to reshoot. So this box was actually inside of this box, and it had a bunch of paper on it for like shipping and stuff. So I'm gonna put that to the side. Just pretend this is a brand new unboxing. So anyways, when you first open the box, you're gonna get greeted with the 27.1 Honda Performance in orange, which is really nice looking. And then if you flip this box over, or if you flip this cover over, you're gonna see a thank you and also a little decal from 27.1, which is always really nice. And then do it for the Buster. So that's pretty neat. This right here is the intake itself. Oh look, I found the bracket. So this bracket actually holds the stock intake, but too late for that now. Anyways, this is what the 27.1 intake looks like. So I can see I got the orange variant. They also have black, but I went with orange just so that it can stand out. And then this bracket that holds the intake was separate. So what I did was I just installed it onto the intake, and this is pretty much all that comes with it. All the bolts and stuff is included. And yeah, this is a really nice looking intake. Really good looking. The only thing that bothers me is this part right here, which is, I don't know, they could have cut that screw that's protruding off. Other than that, I mean, this intake is beautiful. Absolute beautiful. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm an absolute huge tech enthusiast. I need to have the latest and greatest when it comes to technology. Recently, I have partnered up with Raycon, and they were kind enough to sponsor this video. And I've been trying their everyday earbuds for about a week now, and this is what I have to say about them. Now, being a content creator on YouTube, sometimes I would sit down and edit my videos 4 to 6 hours straight without even realizing how much time has passed. A lot of the times I would be wearing headphones so that I can check the sound quality. Now, like I said, I've been using these for a week now, so I've been editing a video using these earbuds. And sometimes I don't even notice them because of how comfortable they are, because of their ergonomic design. Now, if you're a runner or if you do a lot of physical activity like aerobic exercises, sometimes your earbuds or your headphones can easily fall off because you're moving a lot. Now, these earbuds, I could be going like this, look like a crazy person, but these are staying on. The sound quality is great, and I love how these also have touch controls for when I need to change music during my workouts. Not to mention the active noise canceling for when I need to block out any distractions during my reps. You can use these outdoors when the weather isn't too great, whether if it's raining, snowing, or you're just really sweaty from your workout. You know that these earbuds will be perfectly fine. There are not 1, not 2, but 4 microphones on these earbuds so that the other person on the other line can hear you crystal clear. Right now they're having a Black Friday sale on their website where you can get up to 40% off on your purchase. This will make a great gift, especially for the holiday season, or if you just want any earbuds for yourself that's budget friendly, sounds good, has all kinds of features. And if you're interested, I'll be linking it down below in my description. I've been using these everyday earbuds for a week now, and I absolutely love them. So these are all the tools that you'll be needing for this installation, basically your common tools. So this right here, 2 size ratchets. One is a 5.5, the other is a 10 mil. And I also have an extension on this as well. I also have an extra one because there is this one bolt that's like really deep, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. Screwdriver with a flat head as well as a Phillips head. And then an Allen wrench, size number 3 from this kit right here. And that's pretty much all you need for this installation. So this right here is the stock airbox, and right off the bat I can already see that we have to remove this end right here. This is take 2. I had to reshoot this, so there's gonna be some screws missing. That's because I lost the screws and the bolts and stuff. So the first thing that you're gonna want to do is take your mass airflow sensor off. This right here, this plug, all you have to do is just pinch this, and then this will just pop right out. And then all you gotta do now is take your air duct off first. So you're gonna have a bunch of screws here. So this plastic part right here, which I broke, the first time I installed this. So this is no longer here. Just pretend that there's a plastic screw. Oops. I literally just broke it. Well, it's best if you had a prying tool, like a plastic prying tool thing, but I broke it. Okay, well, that's how not to take this off. So just pry this out, I guess. Might as well just break it, since I already broke it anyways. But yeah, take your 10 mil and take off all the bolts. Alright, so this should be loose just like this. So like I said, there are 2 bolts right here. I don't know if you guys can see, but there are 2 bolts, 1 and 2, both 10 millimeter that you have to take off, as well as right here. There should have been a bracket that's supporting this whole air duct. So again, I just took it off. All you have to do is just take all the bolts, 1, 2, and 3, and then take the bracket off, and then this will become loose. So now, since we're already up here, this, by the way, is how you change the air filter on your stock airbox. There should be 2 clips here, 1 and 2. The other clip is missing because I lost it. So all you gotta do is just press down on this, okay? And then push this airbox that way. And then it should just pop right off, just like that. And then you'll have access to your air filter, which is this guy right here. Let me show you guys just how dirty this is. This is 1 year of ownership of the 2024 Honda Civic EXL. 14,000 miles put on this car, and look how dirty the stock air filter is. That's just absolutely disgusting. So that's how you take off the stock air filter. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this off because we are gonna be needing access to that 1 bolt right there. But first, let's take this clamp off, and all you need is your 5.5 millimeter. Just loosen it up enough so that you can take your stock airbox off. Just like that. So the top part of your intake box, or the top part of your airbox should come off like that. This is what it looks like. Then you have your mass airflow right here. There's an arrow indicating where the air is going towards. So it's pointing to the left, so air is going in that way towards the inlet pipe into your turbo. You're going to be taking this off. Originally, this has Phillips head screws, so you're going to want to take a Phillips. Again, this is the aftermarket screws that 27 sent in, so I went ahead and used that. So set this off to the side because we are going to be coming back to that later. Is that 10 millimeter that I was talking about earlier that is a pain in the butt to get to. So I found it easier to get a really long extender, or just grab 2 of these and then connect your long 10 mil, and that's how you can get to that 10 mil that's hiding over there in the bottom. So just take it off. Okay. Alright, so once that's off, the only thing left to do is to go over here. This should be connected to that little plastic cone thing. You're gonna have to pull this up real hard. It took me a lot of effort to release it from that little clamp there. Okay. Whew, that was a pain. Yeah, so just pull this up real hard. And once you do that, the whole intake box should come out like this. Basically, the air goes through the grill, gets sent in here. The air would then go into the air duct, and then it'll travel into these tubes, which is very restricting. It's like rigid. It's not smooth or anything, so it restricts the airflow a lot. And then it goes into your air box up here, and then it'll go into your inlet pipe. So Yeah, very restrictive air box that Honda put on their 1.5 turbos. So obviously we're going to be changing that today. So this is what your engine bay looks like without an intake. Again, this right here, this plug right here is very important, so you want to set that off to the side. So next, we're going to grab our intake from 27.1. And what I did was I installed the bracket, so it looks like this. And then there's a 10 millimeter screw, 10 millimeter bolt right there that we have to take off. So let's just set this off to the side real quick. And let's take this bolt off real quick. And take your intake. Then you're gonna put this in first. Just loosen these up a little bit. That way it'll be easier for you to like install. Alright, I think that's good enough. Okay. And be careful with this because you don't want this leaning against this guy right here. Make sure it's loose. Because the first time I installed, I realized that it was leaning against this part right here. So this came out like that a little bit. So I just moved it over. Make sure that this is just free. Take your 10 mil and put it back on. Make sure that this is lined up. Alright, that's not going to go anywhere. Then go over here, put this clamp on. You just want to make sure that this clamp is on nice and tight, and just make sure everything is on nice and tight. Then, last and final part, you're going to grab your stock air box, the top part. This right here, you're going to get your Allen wrench. This is a number 3. The stock ones come with a Phillips screwdriver, but if you wanted to use 27.1's one, it is a number 3 Allen wrench. So basically just take this off and just transfer this over to the 27.1 intake. Make sure that that's nice and tight, then plug it back in. And you're done. It's freaking awesome. Put this on regular drive first. Yo, you can literally hear it. Freaking awesome, dude. Holy shit, dude. That sounds good.